Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into the world of India's wildlife today.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, and a little different.
Definitely.
So we're using this YouTube video, 10 unique animals found in India,
Okay.
as like our jumping off point
Makes sense.
to uncover some hidden gems.
Hidden gems.
Yeah, animals you can't find anywhere else.
That's who you like.
Exactly. And what's crazy is that India, the second most populous country, right,
Yeah.
still has this incredible array of species.
Speaks to the resilience of nature, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with a creature that really embodies that. The Nilgiri tar,
Right.
nicknamed the cliff goat.
I've heard of these guys.
It's the largest of the 3 tar species, and they live in these tropical rainforests
Oh, wow.
in the Palani and Nilgiri hills.
Okay.
You might picture like a typical goat, right?
Yeah, stocky, the beard.
Exactly, but the Nilgiri tar has this like regal look
Hmm.
with a bristly mane.
Fancy.
And this is cool, both males and females have these curved horns.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and those horns are super crucial, I guess, for like navigating that terrain, you know?
Oh, totally. It's a harsh environment,
Yeah.
which makes this one fact even more curious.
Okay, what's that?
Their lifespan, it's rarely more than 3 years.
Wow, that's so short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And many of them only reproduce once before, well, they die.
That's, I don't know, not sad exactly,
Right.
but it makes you think about like the trade-offs of evolution,
Oh, absolutely.
you know, adapted to this hard environment, but
At a cost.
at a cost, yeah.
It challenges our assumptions about what a successful species looks like, right?
Right. Okay, so in contrast to the Nilgiri tar, who's kind of solitary,
Mm-hmm.
let's look at the lion-tailed macaque
Oh.
found in the Western Ghats. These monkeys with their, you know, awesome lion-like tails.
Lion-like tails, I love it.
They live in these huge family units, sometimes over 30 individuals.
Wow, that's a lot of monkeys.
That's a lot of communication, I bet.
Yeah, and it's fascinating. So the dominant male in each group, he uses these really loud,
Like, how loud are we talking?
almost human-sounding whoop calls.
Oh, wow.
But there's a purpose. They have a complex system of vocalizations. Researchers have found 16 distinct calls.
So it's not just monkey mayhem.
Yeah.
There's, like, order there.
Yeah, real structure maintained through those calls.
That's amazing. But, and this is sad, these macaques have lost, like, 99% of their original habitat
Yeah, that's rough.
because of logging and agriculture.
It makes you wonder, how can we balance development and these species' needs?
It's a tough question for sure. Okay, from the agile macaques, we're going to shift to a heavyweight,
Ooh, who is it?
the greater one-horned rhinoceros.
Oh, right.
This magnificent creature is in the Himalayan foothills. It was almost extinct because of hunting.
Oh, no.
But
good news.
I like good news.
This is a good news story here.
Okay.
This is a conservation success story.
Let's hit. Indian and Nepalese authorities have protected these rhinos,
Excellent.
and populations have rebounded to almost 4,000.
That's incredible. That's so good to hear.
Imagine running into this thing, though.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Over 6,000 pounds,
What?
34 miles per hour.
Seriously.
That's fast.
And get this, they fight with their teeth, not their horn.
Oh, that's interesting. They're also surprisingly good swimmers, too.
Really?
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it.
For such a big guy.
Yeah, for such a big guy. But it really shows that conservation can work.
Oh, it definitely gives you hope.
Okay.
Okay, ready for something completely different.
Always. Hit me.
The red cat bear.
Red cat bear. Okay.
It's its nickname. The red panda.
Oh, I love red pandas.
Me too. In Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh, super cute.
Adorable.
But don't be fooled.
Right.
These guys are specialized.
Oh, yeah.
Bamboo is like their main food.
I mean, who doesn't love bamboo?
And to help with that, they've got this false thumb.
A false thumb. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's not a real thumb.
It's an extended wrist bone that acts like one.
So they can grab the bamboo.
Exactly. And they have a sweet tooth.
Really?
What kind of sweets? Artificial sweeteners.
Oh, that's so weird.
Right. Why would that be beneficial in the wild?
No, it's so counterintuitive. Researchers are still trying to figure that one out.
Maybe their bamboo diet does something.
Something with their gut bacteria.
It's fascinating, right?
So even with cute animals like this,
There are these mysteries.
big evolutionary mysteries.
Love it. Speaking of adaptations, the next animal has some really remarkable ones.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's the Asiatic lion, only found in India's Gir sanctuary.
Oh, wow, really? Just one place?
Yeah, embodies power and vulnerability all at once.
That's interesting.
Smaller than its African cousins, distinctive fold of skin on its belly.
I didn't know that.
And get this, their heels don't touch the ground when they walk.
Oh, what?
Adds to their mystique, right?
Definitely adds to the mystique. But being in just one spot, that's got to be risky, right? Disease, or you got it, super vulnerable because of that limited range. So conservation efforts are focused on expanding their habitat.
So there's more space.
Yeah, exactly. And establishing new populations.
To make sure they survive, basically.
What's a balancing act,
Yeah.
Preserving their wild nature, but also making sure they don't disappear.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, from a creature fighting to survive, let's go to another one with its own challenges.
Okay, who are we talking?
The Kashmir red stag.
Beautiful animals.
Oh, they are. Found in the Sindh Valley. They have this white rump patch.
Yeah, and those antlers.
Those antlers are insane. Like, picture a satellite dish.
Seriously, massive,
Yeah.
but sadly endangered.
Oh, it's too bad.
And they've been around for 12 million years. Their lineage is...
8 million years. Wow. That's crazy. So why are they struggling now then?
It's us, really. Human activity.
In what way?
Habitat fragmentation, deforestation, competition with livestock. It all adds up.
So their story's like a warning sign.
It is. It's about protecting ecosystems, not just individual species.
I get it, yeah. Everything's connected. Speaking of connection, or lack of it, let's talk about the snow leopard.
The gray ghost.
The gray ghost, love that. Master of camouflage in the Himalayas. Did you know they can jump like 50 feet?
50 feet. That's
Yeah.
insane. Shows their strength and agility, all that evolution in tough conditions.
They're made for that environment, right? The fur, the legs, the camouflage.
Absolutely. But here's a fun fact. They don't roar.
Oh, I always thought they did. Like
Yeah.
a smaller version of like a lion's roar.
Yep, no roar. And no purr either.
What? Really? No purr?
They're full of surprises, super elusive too, solitary, blend in perfectly. Researchers have a tough time even seeing them.
That's pretty cool. Adds to the mystery.
For sure. All right, ready to come down from the Himalayas
Back to lower elevations.
to the grasslands.
Okay.
Goa and Bihar, where we find the Indian bison, or gaur,
I heard of those. They're huge, right?
largest bovine in the world.
Wow.
Strong, aggressive, those horns are something else. But their population's down 70%.
Oh, no. Why is that?
Human encroachment on their habitat, mostly.
That's really sad. We were talking about lifespans earlier, right? And there's something about the gaur's lifespan.
Oh, yeah. Wild gaurs live about 12 years,
Okay.
but in captivity, they can live to 26.
That's more than double. Why such a difference?
Environment, genetics, it's complicated. Wild gaurs face predators, competition, disease.
Right. Makes sense.
In captivity, those pressures are gone.
So they can live longer, even though it's not their natural habitat.
Exactly. It shows even the toughest creatures are vulnerable out there.
That's true. Okay, from the massive gaur, we're going to a creature known for its speed.
Speed, okay.
A black buck.
Love the black buck.
They're so cool looking, the spiral horns, the black and white coat. They're the state animal of like 3 states.
Yeah, Punjab, Haryana, Andhra Pradesh, and when they sense danger, they jump.
Like really high.
High enough to warn the whole herd.
It's like their way of communicating.
It is. But here's the thing. They rely only on sight.
No smell, no hearing. That seems risky.
It is. Makes them very visually oriented, but vulnerable too.
To what, like other predators?
Yeah, but also things you might not expect. Stray dogs are a big threat.
Stray dogs. Really?
It's a growing problem.
Yeah.
More stray dogs. And it disrupts the whole predator-prey balance.
Wow, I never thought of that. So even small changes can have big consequences.
Yeah, we have to remember that. And speaking of significant, we can't forget the Asian elephant.
Ah, yes.
Iconic.
Over half the world's population is in India.
That's amazing.
And they're not just big, they're smart.
Smarter than we think.
Right. They have these highly developed brains.
Really.
Makes them one of the smartest mammals out there.
And culturally important in India, too.
Huge cultural importance. Hindu mythology, wisdom, strength. They're a keystone species.
What does that mean?
Their presence impacts the whole ecosystem.
Why, how so?
Their grazing keeps grasslands healthy, which helps tons of other species.
It all comes back around.
It does. And their lifespans are incredible, too. 60 years or more.
There was that one elephant, Lin Wang, right? Yeah. Lived to be 86.
86? That's wild. Think of all he saw in his life.
It's humbling, right? These animals, they have history, social structures, they show empathy, grief even, and their reveries are amazing.
There's so much we can learn from them.
Absolutely. It reminds us we share this world with so many other creatures, each with its own story.
Makes you think, doesn't it? About how much is out there.
It does. And each animal, it's like they give us a different perspective, you know?
Yeah, on like survival, but also bigger things.
Resilience, how they've adapted, our own place in all this.
Like that Nilgiri tar, living such a short life in that tough environment.
It is tough.
It's like almost symbolic, right? Life's precious, even when you're strong.
Challenges our thinking, for sure. We think long life equals success, but the tar shows there are other ways.
Right. And they're perfectly adapted to those cliffs, but also so fragile.
Exactly. Now, those lion-tailed macaques, they're like the socialites of the rainforest.
Total social butterflies. All those calls, those big families. It makes you
These
realize
importance of connection, yeah.
not just to survive, but to like create a community.
Those whoops from the dominant male, it's not just showing off.
It's holding them together.
The glue for their society. Think of all those relationships, the drama going on.
Monkey soap operas. But seriously, they've lost so much habitat.
99%, can you imagine?
And yet they're still thriving. That's inspiring.
Nature finds a way. And speaking of finding a way, that greater one-horned rhino,
Oh yeah, what a comeback story.
it really shows. When we put in the effort, conservation works.
Humans can make a positive difference.
We can. But we can't stop now. Their future depends on us.
Protecting them, their homes, stopping poaching.
It's an ongoing thing, you know?
Yeah,
Protecting these animals for everyone to experience.
absolutely. Okay, I gotta admit, I'm kind of smitten with the red panda.
They are pretty cute.
The false thumbs, the artificial sweetener thing, it's like nature's playing a joke.
They keep us guessing. And they're so well suited to where they live, the bamboo, the trees.
And that sweet tooth still baffles scientists.
There's always more to learn, right? Even with seemingly simple animal.
And the Asiatic lion only in one place, that's a tough situation.
It is, and it shows, again, how everything's linked.
Their survival depends on that one sanctuary.
It's like a mini version of the bigger problem, our needs versus protecting nature.
Finding that balance is so hard.
Yeah.
And the Kashmir red stag, been around for millions of years.
Ancient lineage.
Now they're struggling because of, well, us.
It's a reminder to think about our actions, you know, how we can live alongside these animals.
Not just protect them, but live with them.
Sustainable development, land management, working with communities. It's a whole approach.
A different way of thinking.
Okay.
From the red stag to the snow leopard, each one tells a story, right?
About adapting, surviving, how delicate nature is.
The snow leopard, so tough, living in those mountains. Proof that evolution works.
Thick fur, strong legs, camouflage, all for that one environment. But even they're feeling the pressure now.
From us, most...
Climate change, losing their homes, people hunting them. It shows even the toughest aren't invincible.
We have a big responsibility, you know, to protect those places they need.
Absolutely. And that Indian bison, the gaur, strength and power, but their numbers are way down.
Because they don't have the space they need.
Exactly. They need room to roam, to eat, to just be bison.
Makes you think about how we take up so much space, you know? Like we're separate from nature.
But we're not, and the gaur's story shows that. Then you have the black buck, so graceful,
Those jumps and that coat.
and yet threatened by stray dogs because of us.
Crazy how it all connects.
Even little changes have big impacts. It's a reminder to be aware of what we're doing.
And finally, the Asian elephant, the symbol of India almost.
Wise, strong, so important culturally.
They show how amazing nature is, but also how complex.
Their intelligence, their societies, the role they play in the ecosystem.
Their story, to me, it says it all, you know?
Yeah.
We have to get this connection that we're all linked.
Their survival, it depends on the whole ecosystem being healthy. And that ecosystem needs them too.
They're not just individuals, they're part of a bigger thing that keeps us all alive.
It's a powerful thought. So as we wrap up our deep dive here,
It's been quite a journey.
it has. I hope you all feel that sense of wonder now for these amazing animals.
I know I do.
But also, I hope you want to learn more, to do something to help them.
Become a conservation advocate.
Because in the end, their survival, it's tied to our own.
If we understand, appreciate, and protect them and where they live,
We're making a better future for everyone.
for us and for those who come after us,
That's the goal.
that's the hope.